Let's use Daytona with JetBrains. I've got a Python application and I want to use PyCharm, but PyCharm's a local IDE. So how do I connect that to a remote environment running in Daytona? The answer is JetBrains Gateway. JetBrains Gateway is an application that you can download from JetBrains and that it bridges JetBrains to all of the various remote environments. So I happen to have a couple installed. So I've got Daytona up and running. You could use SSH connection. You could use WSL if you're on a Windows box. You can also use Dev Container. I'm going to go ahead and connect to Daytona. If you need to know how to install the Daytona plugin here, I've got a separate video link in the description below that we can show you how to do that. Now, if you've used any of the Daytona tools before, so the VS Code extension or the command line extension, you'll already have a profile. But if you don't, it's really easy to create one. Anywhere that you've got Daytona installed, you can just hit this add profile button, name it, and put in your URL. If you don't have a Daytona environment, check out one of my other videos about how to get Daytona up and running in the developer cloud of your choice, DigitalOcean, Scaleway, Linode, whatever. Once you have that, you can open any repository from this gateway. So I can open any of these, or I could go put a URL on here. I already have one though, and I want to connect to this one that already exists. So I'm going to go down here and click on this. And it's going to give me a choice of which IDE to use. And I'm going to use PyCharm. Now, it'll take a moment to connect. What's happening here is PyCharm is uploading some binaries that it needs remotely to make this work. This generally goes pretty quickly. On the first time you run it, it might take 30 seconds depending on your network connection. On subsequent runs, though, it'll be really quick. And then potentially if you update your PyCharm version, it might take a little bit of time as it updates those. But generally speaking, it goes pretty quickly. Now, once you've got that, then you will be connected to your remote environment and you'll be able to run just like you would if it was connected locally. So here's my PyCharm setup. I've got a terminal up and I can do whatever I need. It is a full Linux terminal. If I wanted to use Docker or one of the other tools or install some software, I could do that. And I can also, here's the code. I can also run the code. So I'm going to use this debug JetBrains. And now we've got that running. And I would have a full debugger here. If you want to install the extensions, you can. And then this is running on port 5000. So I can make sure that that's up and running. And then we can click on localhost and it's already done the work. So hello, YouTube. And if we wanted to make a change and take this back to hello world, we could. And now if we run it in 5000 again, it's hello world. And so it's a pretty easy way to connect. This example was for PyCharm, but it'll work for any of the JetBrains IDEs. So CLion, GoLand, IntelliJ, whatever you need and you want to connect your remote environments to, you can have at it. And all you need is the gateway. So have a good one.